What's your name and where are you from?
I'm Dejanay Heron. I'm from Victoria, Texas, but I'm in San Marcos, Texas right now.
Alrighty. And what are you studying?
I'm a psychology major.
Okay. And why did you choose psychology for your major?
I chose psychology because I'm very interested in how the human brain works, and one of my favorite things to do is help people, and I feel like that's a good field to go into in order to help people, and it just combines the best of both worlds.
Okay. How do you feel psychology is looked at in the Black community?
So most of my experience is that most Black people can be going through something but don't want to talk about it with anybody. And I know a lot of people don't want to seek help or pay anybody for help, especially when they're of a different race, just because it's kind of like awkward talking to somebody else about problems that you go through that they most likely have not, because being a Black man or a Black woman in this day and age is completely different from being another race. And so I think that it helps a lot to have somebody has more similarities with you, and it's easier to talk to somebody about your problems when you have things in common.
What do you do to cope with like everyday scenarios? Like what's an average day for you? How do you meditate? Do you have anything that kind of calms you down and gets you ready for your day? What do you do?
Yeah, so I'm a very music oriented person, so I do listen to a lot of music, and that calms me down. I love candles and incense and anything like that. It kind of relaxes me and sets the mood, sort of. And I'm a very essential oil person. I don't know if you know that many people that are like that, but I love essential oils, and I love the natural rehabilitation they give. For instance, like peppermint oil, if you put it on your temples, it gets rid of a headache. Lavender oil is more soothing, so you can put it in a bubble bath or something to relax. And because I think that self-care is very important. And so just things like that, just small little things that help me go by, because you can do those in everyday life. It doesn't have to be something big, like taking 20 minutes out of your day to meditate or going to work out. It's something that you can do throughout the day that won't interrupt your daily activities.
So as far as meditation, you mentioned essential oils. Do you like the outdoors? What do you do?
I love the outdoors. Right now, it's a little hard to go outside because it's very hot. It's 900 degrees.
What to do as far as outside or?
Yeah, I'm a very outdoorsy person. I like the water, so if I'm anywhere near water, I'm good. Right now it's really hot outside, so I'm just okay with just hanging on my patio with my dogs or a good book and just enjoying the sunlight and nature.
Okay, good. So how do you think psychology will help or better the Black community?
I think that having somebody to talk to is very important, because when you keep stuff bottled up, it sort of consumes you, and it's really hard to overcome that on your own. I think that having somebody to talk to is extremely important. Even if it's not a psychiatrist or a psychologist and it's just a family member, it's just having somebody to talk to regardless of your situation. It's just, I feel like it betters us as a whole and as a community, because it's you're building relationships with people when you continue to talk to them. And so I think that it just overall, it makes your life seem easier. It makes you feel like you have somebody that's on your side at all times.
So what would you say to someone, someone of color, that's struggling with opening up about things that they have gone through, struggling with, pertaining to psychology? What kind of advice coming from that perspective would you give them?
So my advice would be just to talk to somebody. No matter how hard it is or how prideful you are in that aspect, I just feel like talking to somebody really changes a lot. And I know even when I was younger, and even now really, I will tell my parents that I'm feeling depressed or things like that, and they'll be like, why are you depressed? You're young, you shouldn't be depressed. And so I know a lot of Black parents and families say things like that, and I just want you to know that it's not true. No matter how old you are, no matter what you've been through, even if you've had the most perfect life, there's still things that can go on inside your brain. That doesn't change a single thing. So I think that seeking help and talking to somebody is very important.